Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with a familiar face if you've been watching us. It's John Diorio, who's the Associate Vice President, North American Sales for a little company called Virgin Voyages. And we looks like they're finally getting out of the box with one ship and another one coming right after. And we wanted to take, actually this week, we're going to be featuring Virgin Voyages every day this week, a new aspect of their cruises, their new ships. Their relationships with travel advisors, their shore excursions, their private beach club, everything you can think about Virgin Voyages as it starts this year. So it looks like we're emerging from cruising, and it looks like there's a pretty good shot that they will be starting along with the rest of the industry. So we wanted to take this time to really focus on this brand new product, which is really aims to revolutionize cruising. So we're going to talk with John about first the relationship with travel advisors, the sales team, and everything else, the whole thing. And then we're going on to look at other aspects of Virgin Voyages. But for this particular segment, we're going to hear from John. And this is Insider Travel Report. Now, first of all, John, as I always ask, how are you and where are you? As I said earlier, you got this weird looking ship behind you. I don't know. I think that's your ship, Scarlet Lady, right?
I think so. No, James, it's good to see you as always, and thank you for the opportunity this week. We're really looking forward to showcasing our brand all week with you. So I'm actually in beautiful Plantation, Florida. I'm actually at our headquarters, and we have recently created this brand new studio inside our headquarters. So I've got a lot of fancy lighting and this beautiful, beautiful Scarlet Lady ship behind me. So things are good. How about yourself? Things are good for you?
Things are good here too, but I'm just in my little office apartment, and I don't have a ship in the background. I'm very envious. I know that it looks like a beautiful vessel, as we all know, and it's too long since we've wanted to get on this thing for a year now, as all of us, and now it looks like it's finally going to happen. Right?
Getting closer.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about how Virgin Voyages is approaching the trade, travel advisors, as a sales force for this for your products.
Yeah, that's a great question, James. And so, currently I'm part of a team of 20 rock star sales crew members that are really there to support our first mates in the US, Canada, the UK, and Australia. 14 of them are sales managers or our brilliant inside sales support, really there to support our first mates or working with them in the field. And we really have a very simple philosophy when it comes to working with our first mates in the trade. We want to connect with our first mates where they are locally. So if you're working with a host agency in Florida and you live in California, we want you to be connected with and build that relationship with Lindsay, who is our sales manager in the West.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very locally based. I know that's a challenge. It's been a challenge for independent contractors and hosted travel advisors for a long time. So it sounds like hopefully you got a good solution for that.
We do. We do. And it's funny because the good news is also we're expanding our team as well. We're going to probably bring on 5 new sales crew members here over the next couple months to really invest more money and support to our first mate partners.
That's wonderful. And I know a lot of travel advisors or as you call them, first mates.
First mates, yes.
First mates Virgin has a whole terminology for everything. I'm not a guest. I'm a sailor. So
you are a sailor, a very important.
Sometimes I want to be a first mate. But anyway, so I think it's going to be great, and I think they're all looking forward to selling this new product, which actually is aims at bringing a lot of non-cruisers into the fold. Yep. So I think that's what it is. Now let's talk a little bit about the programs and training you currently offer to get first mates up to speed on Virgin Voyages.
So training is obviously very important for a new brand that's launching, and we continue to invest very heavily in this area for our first mates. I mean, it started years ago, well over 2 years ago, of hiring an entire sales crew before actually sailing. And building an amazing website called firstmates.com, which is basically our platform for everything trade related.
Right.
But over the summer, we took a step back and said, what else could we do for that learning journey for our first mates? And we surveyed our first mates. 96% of the respondents said, give us that online learning program that we can go at our own pace, take it in small bits, and really learn how to sell the brand. And so we were faced with a pretty big challenge come September. We wanted to launch this by the time we got to January, and with the support of our leadership and our incredible crew, we actually launched Academy on December 16th, and we couldn't have been happier.
That's great. Now, what is Academy? What is it, a multi-part course thing? Tell us a little bit about
it. It is. Academy is our online e-learning platform. And what we decided to do was actually break up Academy into 4 tiers. We have the violet tier, the scarlet tier, the silver, and the gold. And each of those tiers has about 5 training modules in it, no more than maybe 90 minutes worth of time. We've already launched the violet tier. That was launched in December. Mm-hmm. The scarlet tier just went live back in mid-March. Okay. Silver will go live probably middle to the end of July. And then the gold tier will come probably in October or November. And the great thing about all of these, James, is that each of these levels just increases your mastery and knowledge of Virgin Voyages. And we got some great perks along the way. Right now, if you go through our scarlet tier, we're paying a bonus commission certificate. And the silver tier that'll come out in July will actually give our first mates an exclusive first mate rate to actually book and come aboard Scarlet Lady. And then, of course, the gold tier later in the year will actually give our first mates onboard credit to spend.
Oh, wow. So you got a lot of good benefits to come for taking training. And just remind us where travel advisors, where first mates should go to start this whole process.
Yeah, firstmates.com is where you go, and we have everything you need to know about registering for Academy. You have to be a first mate with us, obviously. You have to register, and then we'll get you set up with our learning platform. And then you really just kind of go at your own pace. But the sooner you get those tiers done, the sooner you can reap the rewards.
Excellent. Now, one thing, what is your commission policy for Virgin Voyages right now, and why might it be different from maybe other cruise lines?
Yeah, so over the summer, we launched our Brilliant to Do Business with kind of campaign. And part of that was we wanted to create some very compelling commissions for our first mates. So we actually updated our commission program. We now pay 16% commission on the voyage fare. Mm-hmm. We pay 10% commission on all pre-voyage sales. And we still have none of those pesky NCFs.
No, that's fantastic. I know that's been a big issue, but you are coming out from the starting blocks without those NCFs, which is wonderful.
And it really helps our first mates, increases their earning potential with us.
Well, in fact, and right now, given there has been very little earning potential, at least in the last year, although I gather hopefully some people have been booking your.
They have very nicely.
That's great. Now let's talk about other things about commission, because you do have shore excursions, and I believe they're commissionable.
We do.
Which is amazing. I mean, that's not something that you see that much of, although maybe because of pressure with you, I'm starting to see a little bit more of that. So we'll see.
Yeah. So we pay, as I said, we pay 10% on what we call all pre-voyage sales. So that could be shore things, which is what we call shore excursions. It could be bar tab, which is our answer to that traditional drink package. Sailor Loot, which is onboard credit. We pay that 10% on voyage protection. And we've got a lot of other great opportunities coming along the way that will also pay that 10% pre-voyage sale commission on. And what's really great about our program is that as sailors get ready to sail with us, they're going to download the Virgin Voyages app, and they can start exploring and dreaming of all the great things to do on board, as well as in all of our ports. And if you're lying in bed and you're looking at some great things to do in Puerto Plata and you purchase a shore thing, we still pay our first mates the commission. It's just another way of kind of respecting that relationship with our first mates and their sailor.
No, that's great. And I know right now, any commission programs that are beyond the norm are being eagerly, anticipated and by your first mates, and I know that's really important, especially given the past year. So let's talk a little bit about other things like that. I mean, what you talked a little bit about the ability to get on board for those who take the training program, but what about your sort of FAM and reduced rate cruise opportunities for travel advisors, first mates? What do you offer?
Well, if you were one of our lucky first mates that signed up for our Violet tier for Sea Academy in December and got through that Violet tier by the end of January, we gave away a free cruise to those that got through that as the initial perk of launching Sea Academy. We gave over 11,000 free sailings away. And so that was just a great way for our first mates to experience what Virgin Voyages is creating. Now, if you weren't fortunate enough to take advantage of that, there's no worries. When we launch our silver tier in July, we will be offering exclusive first mate rates, $100 per person per day to sail with us. And you know what, that we can't think of a better way for you to really learn about the experience than coming on board as a sailor.
No, absolutely. And that's, I mean, if you can experience the product, you'll be able to sell the product. And given a lot of the changes and revolutionary things that you're going to be introducing on board, I think it's going to be great for travel advisors, first mates to get on board and see exactly what you're talking about. Because we can sit here and describe all these things, but for them, they got to experience it and see what happens. So we'll see. I'm sure that's going to go well. Now, let's talk a little bit about, I know you've been working with a lot of the other major travel agency groups out there. Who have you partnered with kind of so far that are now preferred with you? Not to say that a lot of people are going to be selling you who may not have you as a preferred. But it's going to be interesting.
Well, you know, today we're honored to work with so many great partners, and they've continued to show us amazing support and passion for our brand. But the major groups that we have a preferred relationship with today include Virtuoso, Signature Travel Network, Travel Leaders Network, Travel Savers, World Travel Holdings, Expedia Cruises, Cruise Planners, MAS, TPI, Avoya, Nexion, KHM, and even some great partners in the UK, Advantage and Travel Network Group. And there are many, many others that we really have that preferred relationship where we're investing money in training with advisors and even starting to do some consumer direct marketing through their networks. So
you pretty much just covered the bases there. I think there are not too many left that I can think of, but it sounds like you got a good relationship with some of them, with pretty much all of the groups out there. That's a great thing. Now, and so you know, basically that means that if you as a travel advisor are directly or indirectly a member of these groups, you will benefit from the relationships that they have with you. So that's what. Now let's talk a little bit about overall. How would you describe the Virgin Voyages difference in terms of, you know, how you approach the relationship to the trade, travel agencies, and travel advisors?
You know, the difference for us is that we are really, really laser focused on being brilliant to do business with. And that might come across as more of a marketing slogan, but it's really kind of what we live and breathe here within the sales organization. Our goal is to always be brilliant to do business with. And we don't take that very lightly. We have to earn the trust of our first mates before we can earn the trust of their sailors on coming on board. So it's an we continue to strive to be brilliant to do business with. It doesn't end at any point in time. There are things we've done over the past few years that we were like, you know what, we didn't quite get that right. We thought we did, and we change it. And that comes from great feedback and great relationships with our partners that they're willing to give us that feedback. And we go back and say, yeah, we could have done that better.
Well, you also have a pretty experienced sales team. I mean, you all have come out. You're all part of the industry. You know the drill here. It's not like you're walking in cold. And your upper management apparently will listen to what you have to say to them about what needs to be changed to make things better, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about how travel advisors, first mates, should approach selling Virgin Voyages to their clients. What, in your view, are the keys to making the sale?
Well, you know, obviously it starts with knowing your customer. You know, as you're looking to provide a great service and provide a great holiday, you got to know your customer, which our first mates, you know, they know that. But if you have customers that love to sail and are considering sailing for the first time. If they are not traveling without children, Virgin Voyages has to be in that consideration set for their next holiday.
And just to back this up, because you are adults only, right? And we got to go back to that, because that was one of the big announcements when you said, "Wait a minute, they're not for families." Oh my God! No. And they're not. You are really for what is it, 16 and above, or
no? It's actually got to be 18 years or older. You know, if you think about the top reasons sailors are booking us today is that adult by design experience, right. No kids. And that is the number one reason we ask them, why Virgin? And it's, well, there's no kids. And they have kids at home. They want that way to escape and have a great holiday at sea with us.
Okay, so adult by design is
adult by design.
Point. What else?
The second is our concept of making the sea fairer. And what we mean by that is including more in the voyage fare and kind of getting rid of that nickel and diming approach to sailing. And so we include more in the voyage fare, 20 plus eateries on board the ship, all included, no upcharge. Wi-Fi is included, all the tips are included, group workout classes are included, and of course, all of our basic beverages. James, it adds up to about $600 in value per person, and we know it makes that experience a lot more enjoyable. I'm not seeing that bill at the end of your holiday going, what did I just spend on? When it should have been included in the voyage fare.
Absolutely, and that's and also for on the travel advisor side, it also means more commission, because that will be included in your commission. So that's really great. Anything else in terms of what your sale is and your selling philosophy is, and what the key to selling?
Yeah. That's a great question. It's really about taking that ordinary cruise and creating that extraordinary voyage. Right. We do that with late night stays in our ports, overnights, more value in the voyage fare, and just this impeccable design ship. And all that gets wrapped around that unmistakable Virgin style and service. And we call that setting sail the Virgin way. Those are the kind of the anchors to telling the story as to why you should consider Virgin Voyages for your customers.
And of course, you also have shorter cruises. I think you have 5-day cruises, if I recall, and then 7-day, right?
We do. So Scarlet Lady will do 4 and 5 night sailings out of Miami year round. Valiant Lady, when she is in Miami for the winter, will do 6 and 8 night sailings. And then in the summer, Valiant Lady will do 7 night sailings out of Barcelona. And then, of course, Resilient Lady will do 7 night sailings out of Athens in the summer.
Now, that's amazing. And so if you have a client out there who, I don't know if I want to do a cruise, but maybe I can put my toe in the water, so to speak, for a 5-nighter out, in the Caribbean. So it could be a selling point too for non-cruisers, people who say, I don't want to cruise. I've heard that. Oh, I would never go on a cruise ship. Well, hey, you're not on a cruise ship. You're with the Virgin experience. It's a little different, right?
Well, and we're seeing about 80% of the sailors that are booked today have cruised before, and they've had great experiences, obviously, but they're coming to us going, we like what we're seeing, but predominantly it's because there's an adult-only experience. If you're going on holiday without kids, you should consider Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, and it sounds wonderful. There are some really upscale lines that say adults only, although I've caught kids on board, during vacations. I was on a small ship in the Caribbean once and had my kids on board, and people are saying, I didn't think there were kids on board. Well, yeah, we could get teenagers on board. And so, unfortunately, not on this ship.
Nope, got to be 18 years or older.
All right. Well, that's a great selling point for a lot of us who maybe, we don't want to, the kids can stay home. That's fine. We'll see what happens. Now, is there anything else you want to tell first mates, travel advisors about Virgin Voyages and your new ships?
Well, I would say if you haven't been following us, obviously Scarlet Lady is going to set sail in August of this year out of Portsmouth in the UK. We've got 6 sailings happening out of Portsmouth. So we're very excited for our UK friends and family to be able to experience Scarlet Lady. And then obviously end of September 22nd, Scarlet Lady will be in Miami for first sailing. So
Wow, that's great.
Valiant Lady will take delivery. Yeah, we'll take delivery of Valiant Lady later this summer. Resilient Lady the following summer. And we've just, I mean, now more than ever is the best time to look at Virgin Voyages. We've got amazing pricing, great added values, and this is the time if you're going to consider booking 2022, 2023 with us.
Well, certainly circle that date, September 22nd in Miami, as hopefully the kickoff, and I'll have to circle that too, because I know you'll have some media opportunities around, in and around then, and we've been delayed over a year on this one. You know, I remember when we were all talking about it, and we're kind of chomping at the bit to take a look at this wonderful, beautiful ship. We've seen the photos, and you know, you've backed it up now, so you have to do two. But it makes your job a lot harder. Suddenly, you have to sell two ships at once, right?
Well, James, I got 3 to sell. Resilient Lady, all three of our ships are on sale, so we need the support of our first mates in the trade. So, yes, we've got a lot of cabins to start selling, and we're ready.
Okay, well, John, that sounds great. Now, where, again, can travel advisors go to learn more about Virgin Voyages? I know you're going to tell me firstmates.com, but is that right?
James, you're getting really good at this. It is firstmates.com, but really explore what's there. We've got a lot of marketing content, a lot of images to share that you can actually share with your sailors. But most importantly, on firstmates.com, go to drop us a line, find out who your sales manager is, connect with them if you haven't already connected with them. They love to talk all things Virgin Voyages, and honestly, that's what you should do if you haven't done so far.
Absolutely. Well, John, I want to thank you for taking the time to fill us in on Virgin Voyages and your relationship with the trade going forward. Sounds like you got a lot of great things planned. We've been waiting for this, and now only a few months away, and you're going to be out there. I feel for you having to sell 3 ships at once, but you thought you'd get out of the blocks with just one, and then the next year another one comes on, but something intervened.
You know what? It's a nice challenge. We've got an amazing team, an amazing Virgin Voyages family. We're ready. Excellent. Well, again, thanks so much. And stay tuned, because the rest of the week we're going to be featuring interviews with different other folks from Virgin who are wonderful to tell you all about the features of the ship, the features of the shore excursions, the private island, all things good about Virgin Voyages, all things good about Scarlet Lady, and Valiant Lady, which I got that right, and Resilient Lady. You did. I'm sort of remembering them now, you know. And now I'm going to start calling all travel advisors first mates, even if it's not with you. So we'll have to see what happens. So you got to get used to the terminology, but you will. And look forward to this September when Scarlet Lady makes its debut in Miami. And I'm going to make a point to you and I got to have a drink up there and figure it out on one of those first voyages. So again, take care, my friend, and thank you, James. We'll hear more from Virgin Voyages in the rest of the week. And I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report.